And if you don't feel strong every day, that's okay, and it's normal. And every day, something new can inspire you, and a small thought or idea or action can change the course of your day, your week, your month, your year. You're never alone, and you're never stuck, no matter how down you feel.
If you want to become successful in life, young man, he said, number one, you got to change your mindset. He said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Number two, practice OQP, only quality people. And the third thing he said, develop your communication skills, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are.
So when you're driving in your car, right, there's this giant window in front of you, the dash, right? But then there's also this really small mirror called the rear view mirror. The dash shows you what's in front of you. The rear view mirror shows you what's behind you. But what would happen if you stop looking forward? You're gonna crash. The mirror that shows you what's behind you is only for reference. In other words, you look at it quickly, you get an idea of what's behind you, you learn from it, but you better keep your eyes on the road. So this is something we always have to remember about our past. We can reference it, we can learn from it, but we can't live there, and we can't get stuck there. It is a place of reference, but it can never ever be a place of residence.
They found that 90% of divorces can be predicted by this. It's when your partner is trying to connect and you reject them. What I mean by this is, say for example, your partner comes home from work and is like, oh, I'm so tired. And you turn around and say, why are you tired? What have you done all day? That creates distance. Or if they say, I want to watch this, and your partner's like, you watch shit shows. Instead of saying, all right, cool, we'll watch it. It's little things like when they're trying to connect with you, do you respond and be like, all right, cool, I'll watch it with you? Or do you say, your programs are shit, and you create that non-responding to their emotional connections? It doesn't mean men and women, it's anybody. So if you see your partner sad and you don't even look at them, whereas a partner that says, hey, what's wrong with you, and responds to it immediately, responding to each other's bids for connection is what leads to a happy relationship. And people who don't, it's disconnect, and there's a slow divorce. Then it leads to cheating, then it leads to looking somewhere else because you're feeling like my partner doesn't see me. And I think if you want to ever start a family, you owe your children to dedicated parents to make sure that child receives the best care in the world. Whereas when you don't do this, children are born and they're traumatized by two parents who can't love the child enough to just put their differences aside.
Sometimes we don't open up to people and we don't show our true selves because we know that if we show them who we are, yes, they're going to see the beautiful things, and yes, they're going to see the valuable things, and yes, they're going to see why we're worthy of love, but they're also going to see all the ugly things. They're going to see the shame, the childhood trauma, the patterns that we've gone through. They're going to see our insecurities, our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities, and that might make them want to run away and abandon us. So we would rather not show ourselves altogether than do that. And so you might be with a person who is that afraid to show you who they are, that you're looking at them and you're perceiving it as, oh, this is a huge red flag. And you could have empathy for them and say, I see that they're not showing me any part of who they are. Like maybe at the beginning they would talk to me about things, but now they don't anymore, because when you get close to someone, it's a lot scarier to talk to them about stuff. You can understand that. You can know that to be true, but you don't have to step out of your experience and your story to sit with them in theirs, because then you're abandoning yourself.
I have done everything my entire life to show up for people, to be kind to people, to be gracious to people, to be forgiving to people, to be a light in their life. I have done everything in my power to be that person. Have I been perfect? No. But did I really deserve this? But I came to realize that every single person that God sent into my life that hurt me was pivotal to my change, to my growth, and to who I would become. Because without that pain, I would have never been forced to sit with all the things that I had been hiding away. I would have never faced myself, faced my shadows, faced the parts of me that were too hard to look at. God will allow people to come into your life deliberately just to hurt you. And they are significant. They are a significant part of your story and who you will become. And let me tell you something. When the pain begins to wash away and God uses it to shape you and mold you into something brand new, you will look back and you will actually say, thank you.
When a woman cheats on a man, whether that be physically or emotionally, I blame the man 100% of the time, always. And I know that's going to upset a lot of people, but at the end of the day, a woman will only cheat on a man, whether, as I said, that's, and by the way, her entertaining messages and all that stuff, that's her getting ready, that's fielding options, that's her getting ready to cheat eventually, or getting ready, or lining up the next guy if she leaves this guy. But at the end of the day, 80% of the time, a woman will not cheat on a man that she respects. And I believe that if your woman doesn't respect you, that's your fault as a man. Or 20% of the time, she is mentally ill. And I don't say that in a bad way, because a lot of us have a lot of trauma and mental illness. So I'm not judging it. I'm just saying, as a man, you should be able to look at your partner and go, will this be the future mother of my children? And if you see that 20% of trauma that you simply can't fix, then just don't be with her. And by the way, it goes vice versa when women try to fix men and you're just not going to fix them. So at the end of the day, when a woman is entertaining messages from guys on her Instagram and stuff like that, she is getting ready to cheat or lining up future partners. But I still always 100% of the time blame the men. Because if she truly respected him, she would not do that.